Hi guys, it's Belle here and I am back for days 6 and 7 of Junk Journal January, created by the lovely Meg Journals in collaboration with Get Messy Art. All links will be down below, so do go check those out. And I have decided that for weekends I'm always going to combine the two prompts so that I get a Sunday off. So you won't get any videos on Sundays except for tomorrow's one because that's for the giveaway, but otherwise you won't be getting videos on Sundays. So yeah, I'm going to combine them. So today's one is wildlife and window. So I've already cut out, you can see 2 windows here on this piece of paper, and we are working quite far into the book because this is the page I wanted to use. And the first thing we are going to do is I have some of these, it's kitchen towel that's got some ink on it. It is very faint. I hope it's picking up on the camera. And I am going to be putting this behind these windows that you can see that are cut out. I don't need it over the whole thing, so let's tear some of that down. I've got this in my stash, so I just thought, let's use it. I think it'll work great. Okay, let's just put this over. I'm going to cut it about here. Should we use my bigger scissors? I love using these things up, like if you're using all sorts of cloths and things to clean up. If you're using kitchen towel or you're using wet wipes, I love using them because you've got the ink with them. So why not use them? And let's get the other one ready too, because that way we can just, let me get my bigger scissors for this, Mod Podge them at the same time. It's got a pale blue and yellow on here. And we are going for a sea life kind of theme today. I pulled out a vintage book that had some beautiful images in it. And let's make sure that fits. Yes, brilliant. And now I really have to keep them in place. I pulled out, I'm using Mod Podge, a vintage book. Cut out lots of images. I had a couple of ideas for this and I realized I was just making life too complicated for myself. So I decided to really, simplify what I had planned to do. Especially, as I said, I wanted these videos to be a bit quicker. So I simplified what I wanted to do. And actually, I think it's going to work much better for me. So that's good. Let's do that. But yeah, I originally wanted to do, if you have seen my Creep on June, I did a specimen box for Creep on June, and I originally wanted to have a go at almost doing a specimen box for this piece. Hold on, I don't need all that. Where it's different bits of animals. And then I had the idea of, do you remember those kids books? I don't know if you guys had them, but when my kids were little, there were those books that they had different flips and flaps on the book. That's probably why I like playing with that technique so much. And you might have an elephant, but then you could turn one of the flaps and suddenly the elephant would have a gorilla's head and then maybe a giraffe's body. You know, one of those kind of books? They were fun. The kids used to love those, and you can make new things. Oh, need to make sure. I mean, it doesn't matter too much because we are going to have images over it. Yeah, so the kids always enjoy it, and I thought I could make one of those. And then I was thinking, you're just getting too complicated now. Let's just do a couple of windows and some sea. I'm just going to dry this and I'll be back. There we go. Now, normally big ridges, I mean, I might do it here. I would use, I mean, a nail file's fine, or fine sandpaper to just smooth those ridges out. But to be honest, I kind of like, especially this one here. So the ones where the window is, I'm not bothered about. I'm going to leave those slightly buckled. Oh, that looks so cute. I was wondering about gessoing all of this actually. And if I'm going to gesso it, I need to do it before. Let me just think about it. Yeah, I think I'm going to gesso that. So I had to get my gesso because I hadn't intended to gesso it. And then obviously I changed my mind. So I just want one coat. I don't want it too thick, because I kind of like the music paper. It reminds me of, have you seen Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, the Disney film with Jessica Fletcher, or what was her actual name? I just know her forever as Jessica Fletcher. That wasn't her name, obviously. But yes, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. And there's a bit where they go under the sea. And I'm going to say it because I don't want copyright, but you know when they go bobbing along on the beautiful bottom of the beautiful briny sea. I'm not going to sing it, but that's what the music reminded me of. If I'm doing a sea one, I just thought, yeah, we can have that. And I'm going to dry that. And the reason I don't dry on camera is because I have a heat gun, so it makes a lot more noise. A heat tool. I need one of those little heat gun ones that don't make noise, and then you could see me do it, but this, you don't want to be listening to this. There we go. And obviously I meant Angela Lansbury, but I just always know her as Jessica Fletcher. That's just how she's always going to be remembered. So this, I'm going to put some acetate on the windows, and I want to do that now. And this is just from an old photo album. That is the word I'm looking for. And I'm just roughly doing it. And I like using these. I turned that photo album into a journal, so I have all the internal sheets left. So it just makes sense for me to use them. And I'm going to glue it from the inside because this is going to be completely closed on itself once decorated. So that's good. But yeah, the wonderful Angela Lansbury in that movie, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, where she played a witch. Which was a very bad witch. Obviously, she wasn't very good at what she was doing. But yeah, I remember that movie. Let's do it down here with her cat. But that bit under the sea, I always liked that bit. Before they and they go to the, what is it? The Isle of Banu. If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then I don't know. Watch the movie. See what you think. Yeah, it's early. Strange Disney, but there we go. So we have that. Now, what I want to do is I've cut out all these images from the vintage book. I've got lots of beautiful sea creatures. I cut out far too many because originally I had, like I said, a different plan. So I have all these beautiful creatures from a vintage book. It's actually an old animal annual, actually. And I also took lots of my jelly prints and my dyed papers, and I cut out using my seaweed dyes, just lots of fun pieces of seaweed. It reminds me of all the coral. I also embossed, I mean, realistically, you can't see, I'm trying to see. So this is a shell embossing folder, and then I cut out some frames. Now, realistically, you can't see a lot on there, But it is what it is. And these frames are going to go over these windows. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work out what fish we want behind. And also a little bit of coral here and there. So yeah, that's what we're going to work out. So this is, keep sticking. This is just going to be a bit of trial and error. I feel like that's too light for behind there. Let's go with a darker orange. That might be quite good. Possibly. Do, do, do. And this is where we just play. Let's go for a purple. Okay, I'm liking the purple. So we're going to stick part of the purple down because then I can work around it. And I'm just going to glue the bottom bit there. I'm going to have this closed like so. And I'm thinking I'd like the turtle in this one. Maybe Mr. Turtle can be climbing over the what's the word? Coral, seaweed, coral. Looks like coral, this stuff. So we'll have Mr. Turtle. Now he's behind the coral. Nope, you need to go on top. That's why I left the coral up like that. But it's a bit hard because as I lift it, it's going to move. So realistically, it would have been better to stick him onto the back. Like so. All right, well, at least I could still move it. So that's good. So let's do that. Now I've just got that Disney song in my head. I'm bobbing along. I'm trying not to sing. Oh, look at Mr. Swordfish. It's rather handsome, don't we think? Do we want it coming off to the side a bit more? I think so. I think we want it going off to the side a little bit. So, I'm going to put it on its tail. And then, hold on guys, I think my cats are in something. Yep, one of my cats had found a bag and was climbing all in it, and I just need to make sure there was nothing in the bag that could be harmful to the cat because, you know, we loves them. And, okay, do we want another one down here? I feel like I do, but I feel like I don't want to waste any of those little pieces, right, because they're just so much fun. Got a lot of yellows. A little bit of yellow. Okay, this needs to be cut just a tad. Then we're going to glue it. So, yes, immediately when I thought, oh, wildlife, it's obviously got to be animals because I love me animals. I've got this cute one. Do we want that fish or do we want this funny looking parrotfish? We got this lovely dotty one. I can't remember what it's called. I like the dotty one. Yes, I thought animals. I love big cats and things. And as I said, then I was thinking safari animals and all this kind of idea came into my head. And then I decided on fish. So go figure. It's the way my brain works sometimes. You have to move through ideas, guys, you know. Sometimes you have an idea straight away and you think, that's the one. That's the idea that I want. This now needs to be stuck down. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And then other times you think through and think, oh, well, I could try this, or I could try this, or I could do this. This page is a little bit ripped because in the journal it actually had a pocket and I ripped the pocket off. It actually had pockets both sides and I took them off. The pockets are still intact so I can use them in something else. But I obviously didn't want them on this. Now let's try and stick this over. Honestly, that's all I've got in my head. Bobbing along. I'm bobbing along on the bottom of the beautiful briny. I'm really trying not to sing it. See. Right, some of that's come through. It should dry. And actually, we can put something over the top. Now, I've also got this amazing piece. I mean, look at that octopus. And I know the windows are on the outside, guys, but I don't really care. I'm going to use the octopus on the outside too because I just love it so much. And before we put the octopus, and it covers up, can you see where the pages don't quite meet? The octopus will cover that up too. I could rip it, couldn't I? I could rip it to kind of match, but you know, this is also an easier way to do it. Let's take our frames. Oh, one of my cats is very playful. Not the one that was climbing in the bag. Let's take our frames. I'm trying to make sure it's the right way round. We might still see part of, but that's all right because I can put something there, so that's okay. It's ripped. It's all good. We're going to put something there. That bit was obviously very thin from the embossing folder. We're not putting the whole frame down. We're putting part of it down, even though I've glued the whole thing. We're putting part of the frame down. And then what I'm thinking is I might actually use another piece of coral and have it coming out of the frame. Now, if I cut that piece of coral, let's rip it, because I want it working around so that the frame's actually together. And then let's rip this bit too. Then this could go over the top of it like so. So we're getting a bit of dimension. I hope you can see all that. Right, I need to be really careful with this because obviously we've got acetate. Had to get some acetate in somewhere, hadn't I? Or transparency. I mean, window. That's just the perfect prompt for it, isn't it? I mean, come on, guys. And now we can stick the whole thing down. And that needs to be done. I don't know if it's the weather or what, because it's very windy and stormy here, guys. But my cats, my little ones, seem to be having quite the play. We can add some more. I'm trying to get some different colours. Got a purple here. And I kind of want these coming out. And then a yellow behind, yellow and pink. So I kind of want a lot of coral coming out behind the octopus too. So these are all kind of in place. I'm going to roughly glue them down. They'll need more gluing, but just for now, because they're in place. And then this can go over. And we'll have some movement. Yeah, storm weather here the last few days, or stormy weather here we've had. It's meant to be summer, guys. It really is, but I do not know. Rain, wind, grey skies, I don't know. So maybe it's making the cats a little bit jittery because, you know, animals get like that, don't they, in storm weather? Oh, the octopus. Such a grand chappy. I don't know why I'm thinking they're all chaps. But anyway, so now we have the octopus, the parrotfish that's slightly covered up by the coral / seaweed. And on another note, guys, I really do enjoy seaweed. It's a thing. I'm going to stick this more to that side because then I can have the coral coming out on the other side of this. So let's just glue. We've got some there. Yeah, like so. Thank goodness I gessoed this, because I don't even know if I've got that the right way. Let's see if I can pull it off. Let's see if it'll move. I mean, it's a square. It should not be this hard. Don't know what's going on. Right, I'm just going to leave it like that. And we're going to have, obviously, some coral coming out and underneath. So I'm going to cut along here. So then that will wrap around like so. Yes. Yep. That's what I like. So let's now add this. And you know, the seas are important, guys. Too much plastic in them and things. I used to go fishing all the time with my dad. He loved to fish. I don't fish now, but as a child it was fun going fishing with my dad. Okay, let's have a look. I definitely want another piece of coral here. We can have some of the blue, couldn't we? We could bring that. Oh, it's just so pretty. We could even have another piece, almost like there's double the orange and yellow there, because it's both orange and yellow. Yep, let's do that as well. I'm really enjoying just getting all my jelly print scraps or my inked paper scraps and just using them to cut things out of. Which one do I want? One with more purple? I think I do. Like so. Want another one? I've got another yellow one. I've literally only got these ones left. I think that's too much yellow. And I don't think we need two of these. Although saying that, now I'm thinking we do need two of them. Yeah, let's just do two of them. Let's just go for it. Sometimes more is more. Not less. Okay, where's my book page? And where's that one going to go? Like that. So we need that one kind of there. So yeah, I remember going fishing with my dad, and I used to love looking in his fishing box at all the different lures and things. He had so many beautiful, colourful ones. And it was always very exciting to look in and see all the beautiful colours and textures and everything. But when I caught my first fish, first of all, I was very young, and secondly, it was very small. And my dad was like, no, we're having to throw that back because it's too small. It needs to go back. And I cried, guys. Do we want to put a fish on top as well? I wasn't going to. But we've got the octopus on top, so theoretically we could put a fish on top too. Yeah, I cried so hard, guys. I was like, no, I don't want to throw it back, because I was just so proud that I'd, you know, caught my first fish. So yeah, childhood memories. Right, let's include this cutie. Yeah, I mean, we've got the octopus on top, so I know there's windows, but let's not try and think too exact. I really need to like glue behind there. Let's just get some of that tissue, pick up some of that excess glue. Ugh, I'm really liking this. Okay, now the other thing I have is, because I'm doing the 2 days, I had this stamp of this shell. It's from a back door. Have I got it nearby? It's from a back door stamp set. This one, darkroom door stamp set. There's the number. It's Seaside Inchies, and I love these. And this is this one down here. So again, it's just stamped in some paper, and I've done the 6 and 7 because obviously I'm doing both days. So it's 6 and 7, and that's all stuck on there now. That's all right. I can use that page. So I'm going to staple it on. I could stitch it on, but we're going to staple today. So I've stapled that on, and I can't leave it like that, guys. Say it with me, what we're going to do. I have actually got the word that says sea life, and I could actually use that. I was going to use the Tim Holtz rub-ons, you know, but to be honest, I've got this word, these words. It says seas, but we're going to cut the extra S off. And I'm going to cut around this just a little bit, give it a little border, but why not use it because it's from the vintage book, and this is Sea Life. I was, like I said, I was going to use the Tim Holtz rub-ons, but I've got this page, so let's use it. Sea Life. Oh, I really like this page, guys. It's so colourful. I don't know what it is about this challenge. I really don't. That makes me bring in so much colour. In my normal crafting and journals, I do not work with colour that much. I like grunge. I work with red. I mean, Halloween, we're going to get some Halloween colours, obviously. But otherwise, I don't really work with colour. So I do not know what it is about the Junk Journals challenge that makes me go, oh, let's bring in as much colour as possible and really make it pop. Maybe it's because I think when I think of art journals or artsy stuff, I often think of colour with it. I don't know why, guys, because, you know, people do grungy art too. But there we go. And I'm not complaining because I'm doing something a bit different and a bit outside my crafty comfort zone. And it's just a bit of fun to do something a bit different. So there we go, guys. I really do like... I have got another piece of coral. Do I want to add that there? Do you know what? I do want to add it. Firstly, it's the only one left. And it's going to feel lonely. All by myself. All alone on the bottom of the sea. So it's all alone, so we can't have that. And secondly, I just feel like that bit has too much white on it. This is okay, but I don't know. I feel like that needed more. That poor little parrotfish mouth is all covered up. That's not a parrotfish. I don't know what kind of fish that is. This is a parrotfish. Not that one, but his little mouth's covered up. I don't know. So there we go, guys. What do you think? That is day 6/7, wildlife and window. Did I say that? Wildlife is day 6, window is day 7. So yes, I will be... Oh my gosh, I found another piece. And it was this beautiful bright pink. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Yellow. Like, you're going to have to come up. Okay, you don't want to come up too much. That's all right. That bit can stay. We've got to have this bright pink on there. We've got to. Got to. I want to very carefully lift that word up. Okay. Oh, yes. The bright pink worked so much better. Now we've got this little scrap, and I can't have just one little scrap. So that's going over there. Yeah, so day 6 is wildlife. Day 7 is window. I'm going to be combining the weekend prompts as they fall and get me Sundays off. Okay, so I've used every single one of them now. None hidden under there? No. Okay. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that bright pink one. It would have worked so well over there, the bright pink one, but it works just as well there. So what do we think? Do we like it? I really do. And I like the fact I've got a tab sticking out the side now too, not just up the top. Do-do-do. And we've used the tissue paper in the background. It gives some texture as well as some colour. And we've used this is from a book page and jelly prints and inks. It was a book page that had ink on it. This was also a book page cover that had some ink on it. We've used some vintage pieces. I just really like it, guys. So that's it for today. I think this has probably gone longer than I wanted it to, but I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend, guys. And I will be back again soon with another video. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, wherever you are in the world, I hope you are having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye, guys.